Alright, guys, so we're back for another movie review, and this is a weird one. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. Um, Shadow of God. So, you guys can watch this on AMC right now, and among many other streaming platforms. But this, I don't even know what to say, man. This movie's crazy. So, the entirety of this movie is you have this character, Mason, who is an exorcist, very well known, does well in his job. He returns to his home on leave, and he has his old friend slash love interest, Tanis, who is a therapist slash former military. Who we go into the background of him when he was growing up. His father was a religious fanatic. Apparently, was part of some type of religious cult. His son was severely abused, and among many other things, police had to get involved. She helped him escape, and that's how he was able to be free of this. But somehow or other, his father was taken out during this operation when he was a kid, and he somehow has come back to life. And the closest thing that Mason can think of is, okay, he's got to be possessed. Like there has to be something that I can do to be able to save him, to be able to some type of forgiveness. And when he does this, he gets a no from his higher ups, which again normally happens in these films. And he tries to explain to his friend, slash love interest, like, hey, I got this going on, but things take a quick turn for the worse. So his father keeps saying that someone's after him, and he's a vessel of God, and he gets possessed apparently by God. And Mason does everything in the book to try to exorcise this unknown entity, does not know what it is, and he comes in contact and makes a pact, not really a pact agreement, more like a um like I can't think of the word. Pretty much getting information from the other side on the evil side. He has gets in contact with Satan somehow, and Satan's able to confirm that this is God that he's trying to get on Earth to possess your father to basically wipe out humanity. And these other ones that are the religious fanatics have been behind it to try to serve him, and they're wanting to make this go through. And Mason is the one to be able to do this ritual to make it confirm that God has returned. And he's thinking it's a bunch of BS, and his friend gets kidnapped when she's trying to make rounds. But unfortunately, almost the whole town is full of these loonies, and they kidnap her. They find him, abduct his father, and they force him to do this ritual. And when they finally do the ritual, they're able to. They just get taken out, and I found it hilarious. I really did. I found it hilarious to where when they finally did this ritual, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's here." And one guy so stupidly just goes over to when you see this massive amount of light and power, and his face just gets burned, and he just like becomes like literally ashes. And same thing with these other ones that are claiming to be the true believers, and they get taken out like it's nothing. And then Mason has no choice because he got a weapon from the devil that he has to stab his father, and his father forgives him, and he forgives his father, and him and his, I'm assuming, new girlfriend now go walking in the sunlight type deal. And it's like after all this he went through, I'm thinking, dude, I want to be a priest anymore. Like after all this stuff that happened, I want to be a priest anymore. And then by the very end of it, his father's body is in the infirmary, and it looks like he's still alive. Like somehow he's going to be brought back, and I'm like, dude, what the hell? So that's just a quick recap because I didn't want to get too much in this film. I'm just gonna say this: I don't know who wrote this film. I'm sitting here and I'm watching the entirety of this film. It, it was bad. I mean, this movie was horrible. I don't even know how to say it. It was horrible. It was horribly written. It was horribly directed. It was confusing. It made no sense. The last movie or anything I saw where God had to be the enemy was the movie Legion. And that actually was a good movie. I'm not religious by any means. I'm more spiritual, and with a movie like this, it don't offend me. It just was really stupid. It was one of those. It was just a very stupid film that made no sense, and I felt like this was just a quick cash grab for any actor that was on this set. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, dude, I wouldn't have been a part of this. I'd have been like, okay, I don't know how you're gonna get this movie off the ground. I would rate this 1 out of 10, guys. I would give it not even a half a star. I'd give this a 0. It is that bad of a film. I do not recommend this film. If you guys see this film, do not even try to watch this film. Um, the acting was not that bad. I give credit to Mark O'Brien, who played Mason, Justine Byers, who played Green, because she played in, funny enough, she played in Pray for the Devil, which could have been a better movie as well, and among other movies. But again, I feel like certain actors that have played in other horror movies or in other things, they have the ability to be a good actor. It's just between the writing and the direction of the movie that just fails. And unfortunately, this movie was another failure for horror. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments if you guys have seen this. But either way, what are your thoughts about this film? If you have seen this film, what are your thoughts about it? But if you haven't seen it, I don't recommend it. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you as always on the next one.